Hey, it's the footy coach here. Eddie Howe and Newcastle United beat Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final yesterday. They outplayed and outfought a Liverpool side that has been fabulous this season. Though the past week hasn't been the best for them as they've been knocked out of the Champions League by PSG and now lost a cup final. Because of that, Slot has been getting a bit of grief thrown his way about his use or lack of Wataru Endo, Harvey Elliot, and Federico Chiesa. I can see why fans are saying this. Gravenberch, although I think he's playing well, has been playing below the level which he's shown for much of the season. Incredibly, he's played over 3,500 minutes this season. So why hasn't Endo played a bit more instead of him? Elliot, he scored against PSG in the first leg and came on yesterday, create the goal for Chiesa, and another two big chances, one which Chiesa miscontrolled, and another for Jones which he blazed over the bar. Chiesa, of course, has had some bright cameos since he was signed last summer. He took his goal yesterday brilliantly, as well as providing energy to a team that has seemed to be lacking it. He won all of his duels, won 3 free kicks. So why does Arne Slot not trust these players? Well, I can tell you from my own perspective what I believe the reasons are. And this is coming from the experience I've had as well as a coach and manager. Imagine you come to a new league, possibly the best league in the world, come from the Dutch league, and you're at one of the biggest clubs in the world now. You've only been able to sign just one player. And after 2/3 of the season through, you find yourself top of the league. You've just beaten PSG away 1-0, have a cup final to come against Newcastle. The players that got you into that position as a new manager are the ones you're going to trust to continue doing that job. No one expected Arne Slot to have done all of that in his first season. Of course, that a lot of that is down to him, but also to the players that he's shown his trust in. Unfortunately, this week that didn't happen. But when you're a new manager, these guys, these 5 forwards, these 4 midfielders, these defenders, they're the ones who have got you there at the top of the league. So you're going to continue to put your trust in them over some of the other players in the squad. For the first two players, Endo and Elliot, I think it's more about what he desires from the players in that position rather than the ability of those players. Endo is tough, he's experienced, he knows the league now, and you can always rely on him. But he lacks two things, I believe, that Slot wants from his six: running power and an ability to play on the half turn. Endo is not that great when he's facing his own goal. And of course, he does lack running power. That's not his game. So I think Slot was very hesitant to use him because of this. Now, Elliot, I think he missed out because he got that broken ankle, was it? And that injury set him back a bit in Slot's consideration. I think he also lacks the running power that Slot wants in midfield. But Elliot he's the only player in that team that can make passes comparable to what Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold can do. So it's not his technical ability being the reason why he's not being picked by Slot. I think games like yesterday where he comes on against tired legs, they suit him perfectly. Because when he's starting off the ball, he doesn't have the ability to get back into position once he's been bypassed like his midfield competitors can. Chiesa, the final one, missed preseason at Juventus. So when he joined, like Slot said it many times, they're just working on his fitness levels, trying to bring him up to speed. He had a few injury setbacks along the way that held him back as well. He did have some good cameos where he did really well. I think in Slot's eyes, and he said it himself, he's competing with Mo Salah, who, unfortunately for Chiesa, is having his best ever season. Now, that's made it difficult for Chiesa to get more game time. Now, for all three of these, they did also feature in the games against Plymouth, PSV, which probably knocks them back a bit, but they were playing with kids in that team, so Arne Slot isn't really using that against them. It's more just what the team has achieved so far. This week, I think maybe it will change his mind a bit. If you look at the attack, Chiesa came on and scored. He looked lively. He just looked like the best attacker on the pitch. Now, apart from Salah, the other three, Diego Jota has been so ineffective since his injury. He's gone 10 games without scoring. Darwin Núñez has 1 in 13, and he did little yesterday as well. And Luis Diaz has 1 goal in 18. And I think him and Jota only have 1 assist, and I think Núñez has a couple of assists. Mo Salah's carrying this attack on his back. Since Cody Gakpo's got injured, basically, it's been a one-man attack, unfortunately. I think Slot now, this week, will have probably helped him realize that he's got to use more than the 14 to 15 players that he referenced Maybe you can do that at Feyenoord, but in England, there's 4 competitions you're in. If you're a big club, you've got to use a larger part of your squad. And so I think Liverpool fans shouldn't be too worried, because he's a very pragmatic manager, as we've seen already. You know, he's willing to adapt his team. Hell, in the cup final, throwing on all those attackers, moving Gravenberch to centre back, and then the last 5 minutes, it was Soboslai as centre back with Kwanzaa, which was weird to see. But he's trying to win the games any way possible, as well as having his own style that he wants to implement. I think Chiesa will see more game time, and I know it's been a rough week, getting knocked out the Champions League and losing a cup final, but it looks like he's going to bring home the Premier League in his first season. And what more can you really ask of a coach coming in who hasn't even had the chance to buy the players that he would want for that squad? As always, if you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.